places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Like, this is so hard.
Great care of her. I know who I am.
Am I supposed to still hold it? Okay. Somebody tell me what to do.
First time?
Yeah.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. There, I said it.
Thank you.
Right, in all seriousness, we are here to celebrate these two. Brit and Sam are two of the most wonderful people I have ever met since I've moved up here many years ago. Probably wondering why they chose me to officiate their most special day. Well, the short answer is that I didn't make the cut for the wedding party, so then they felt bad. So because I was available and dumb enough to say yes, here we are. This is the first wedding I've ever had the honor of officiating, so bear with me. I struggled for a long time trying to come up with something to say to everybody. I'm not a poetic or very creative person. Deep down I am a romantic, but I'm terrible when it comes to expressing that. So instead I'm going to read you a poem by somebody else.
Good work.
To love is not to possess, to own or imprison, nor to lose oneself in another. Love is to join and separate, to find a laughing freedom that lonely isolation does not permit. It is finally to be able to be who you truly are. No longer clinging in childish dependency, nor docilely living separate lives in silence. It is to be perfectly oneself, and perfectly joined in permanent commitment to another and to one's inner self. Receding in, into one's inner self. Love only endures when it moves like waves, receding and returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide in the moon's own predictable harmony. Because finally, despite a child's scars or an adult's deepest wounds, they are openly free to be who they really are and always secretly were. In the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide. That poem is titled "To Love Is Not to Possess" by James Kavanaugh. I chose it because I believe that these two already know and understand that kind of love. Brit and Sam have prepared their own wedding vows and would like to share them with you all today. So I'm going to turn things over to Brit.
Oh, I go first.
You go first.
Well, before we spend the rest of our lives together,
Oh dear.
here I should just air out my dirty laundry
Oh
and
boy.
discuss a few things about you that annoy me.
Shots fired.
You never wash your water bottle. You pronounce the T in often. You tend to repeat yourself. You work out constantly, but somehow still can't carry a tune. You have horrible taste in TV. You tend to repeat yourself. You eat corn like a lathe. Typewriter's the way to go. You're better than me at fantasy football. And I'm pretty sure you love the Cats more than you love me. If I could step back and change any of those things, I wouldn't change a single one. Well, except maybe the fantasy football part. Nobody is perfect. But to me, you're perfectly imperfect. And I wouldn't take you any other way. Life is a series of adventures, and I can't wait to dive into our biggest adventure together yet.
Now, Sam.
Oh, no, that's the wrong side. Brit, my love, the Muffin Man is seated at the table of the Utility Laboratory Research Kitchen. Reaching for an oversized chrome spoon, he gathers an infinite quantity of dried muffin remnants, and brushing his scapular aside, proceeds to dump these inside of his shirt. Oh shit. Did you have my glasses? Wrong one. Did I get for not wearing my glasses? Oh, we're good. Okay. Right? The past 8 years together have been nothing short of an extraordinary adventure. It's been absolutely incredible how far we've come since we spent our weeknights team racing in Boston together when I knew I had found a kindred spirit. Though, at that time, I thought it was only for the summer. I've never been happier to be with you. We've been on a wild ride. We really have. From being ski bums here at Loon, meeting some of our best family and friends, well, family now, to failure to relocate to Seattle, and creating the world's largest road trip ever, hitting as many national parks as we possibly could on our way, and car camping instead of sleeping in hotels and eating chicken sausage and peppers and onions every single freaking day. Even to our 1.5 years apart when I went to grad school. Braving the distance between Massachusetts and Texas. It is true what they say, the distance does make the heart grow fonder, but if we never have to do that again, I'd be perfectly happy. So, on this our wedding day, I vow to you to always be there with you through the good days and the bad, to appreciate your level-headedness and logic, even when I'm being unreasonable, to admit when you're right so we don't have to make a national holiday about it every time, to never stop stealing all the blankets because you keep stealing all the pillows, to never stop making stupid bets where you have to tell everyone in our vows at our wedding that I'm better than you at fantasy football. And I ultimately promise that I will never stop loving you until the very day that I die.
And now I ask that the best man and matron of honor present the rings.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, take my glasses back now. I mean, I've already thrown that thing before. Not up a mountain, but in our driveway.
Like to present him with his ring.
Can't tell me which
His hand. You
Not
got
him.
it.
And I guess I'll do the same thing to you.
Good luck, I'm shaking.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now for those questions. Do you, Britton, take Samantha to be your wife?
I do.
And do you, Samantha, take Britton to be your husband?
Yes.
Well, then it is my great
I'm just
pleasure
kidding.
to pronounce you as husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Britton Woodworth.
This is awesome.
I can't do that. I'm gonna fall.